Hello Libra, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your connection to the person that you are needing to learn the most from at this time. We're looking at all three sides of it. We've got your energy toward it, their energy toward it, and the energy in between it. The concept being that there are three sides to every story. So looking at your version of the truth, their version of the truth, and this higher level unbiased truth here in the middle. These energies can absolutely be swapped, so if you end up resonating more with the energy to my right than to my left, that's totally fine and totally normal. And then if you're a cross-watcher, then vice versa. Remember, these are general readings. They will not resonate fully for everyone, so do remember to take them as they resonate and then leave what does not. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. All right, Libra. On your side of this connection, you have veiled with the Hermit in reverse. I feel, Libra, like you have pulled away from this connection. And this veiled card is interesting because it kind of feels like it's this, like, I don't necessarily know if you're putting on a mask for this person. It feels like you're protecting yourself. Like you've pulled back to protect yourself. And you're keeping like your cards close to your chest, like staying very like withdrawn almost. Like I feel like you've kind of pulled back your energy from this because of the way things have been. Now this person, they have transformation with the Seven of Cups. I kind of understand why, because this person's all over the place. Now they are kind of in a period of undergoing a transformation, but I feel like while they're undergoing this transformation, their emotions are kind of all over the place. I feel like they don't really know what they want. They don't really even know what they think. Like I just feel like they really truly are just kind of like super scattered. And I feel like that has affected you in a lot of ways. And so that's why you have pulled back your energy, because I feel like you're like, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. Now, between this connection, you both have courage with the Three of Wands in reverse. This connection is pushing you both very much out of your comfort zone. And I feel like that's intentional, because I feel like it's helping you, Libra in particular, step into your power here, because I feel like there's a little bit of lacking confidence. Like this connection, for some reason, it feels like it takes away from your confidence and doesn't necessarily add to it, which is interesting because, any kind of loving connection we have should add to our sense of power, our sense of self-power, and not take away from it. But let's look, Libra, at your side of this connection. This is Libra's side of the connection to the person they are dealing with. This is for Libra's side of the connection. One more. There we go. Libra's side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. I didn't like the way that fell out, so give me just a second. I'm going to reshuffle these. This is for Libra's side of the connection to the person they are dealing with. Okay, there we go. This is for Libra's side of this connection. What does Libra need to know about their energy toward this connection? It's just the Eight of Swords in reverse. It was supposed to come out, it will again. All right, Four of Wands in reverse, Nine of Pentacles in reverse, Temperance in reverse, and Devil in reverse, with the Knight of Cups in reverse. This connection is very triggering for you right now. I feel like it's poking at some pretty intense emotions that you have. I feel like you have a lot of frustration surrounding this connection. I don't know necessarily if that's frustration about like toward this person or just regarding the way things have been. Overall, I feel like this is just like, it's almost like you're burnt out. You're tired of the way things are, which I feel like is why you've withdrawn. Now, this Four of Wands in reverse is kind of like an unstable foundation to build on. And so I feel like maybe this connection is lacking the stability it needs to build, which I feel like is really obvious because of where this person is at. And so, of course, it doesn't have the stability to be able to build on, because like it takes two to make a thing go right, right? Like it takes two people investing in something in a stable, healthy manner in order to create a stable, healthy thing. And so I feel like it's been really hard for you to, I don't know if it's like have hope or invest your time and energy into this, because this person doesn't feel like they're really doing the same for you. Libra's side of this connection. This is Libra's energy toward this person. See, your emotions are all over the place. You have the Queen of Cups in reverse. I feel like I feel like this connection has really thrown you for a loop, and you have a lot of like fear and anxiety surrounding it now. Like it just feels like it has seriously messed up your like nervous system almost. Like I don't know if that's necessarily the right way to put that, but it does. It feels like it's kind of put you a little bit into fight or flight. And I feel like that's why maybe you've withdrawn, is because it's stressing you out. Libra's side of this connection. This is Libra's side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. Libra's side of the connection, please. Yeah, see, this is a energy of confusion. Like the Eight of Wands in reverse, and then you have this Ace of Cups in reverse with that Devil in reverse again. Like, and I feel like that's what I am gathering. Like something happened or has been happening, or something that has kind of put you in this energy of like, it's like fight, flight, or freeze, right? Like just like not having any idea what to think, what to do, how to respond, how to act. Like I just feel like it has really, because okay, so you have the Ace of Cups in reverse here. I feel like if it was something that had happened over time, it's like every time there was a little frustration or a little bit that a little bit of emotion that you had about this connection, be it negative, I feel like mostly negative, not that you've had mostly negative emotion, but the negative emotions that you have had, you've kind of, I feel like, pushed down, maybe to keep the peace, or because you knew this person was going through a lot, or you knew that maybe you learned that speaking up about things like didn't really help. So I feel like what has happened is over time, like you pushed down the way you've really felt because you've held back from maybe speaking about it or even acknowledging it yourself. And that's created this internal kind of like emotional turmoil that you're now going through, because I feel like you can only suppress and hide from things for so long, right? And that's why I feel like you've withdrawn, is because this has for so long, I feel like it felt unfair to you, or felt like it's, yeah, like you've suppressed a lot that was going on here. And it feels like now you're having a hard time with the connection because of what you've suppressed. I hope that makes sense. I want to get more. Libra side of this connection. There's the resentment. I was feeling this Queen of Wands in reverse energy, but I didn't want to say it. You have built up some resentment for this person. And I feel like it's because your needs, on some level, like your emotional needs, have gone unmet for so long in this connection that, of course, you're going to build this up. Of course, you're going to have this resentment, this anger toward the connection, because it's been like little, I guess, micro frustrations could be a good way to put that. Like there's little things that have built up over time that maybe turned into big things or started, bothering you more. And now it's like it just feels like you were never fully honest about it. Instead of, speaking up, maybe you kind of withdrew. And that within itself has caused this like overwhelm almost. Like now I feel like you don't even know what to do. Libra's energy toward this person. The Ten of Cups, because you see this long-term potential. And the Ten of Cups with the Two of Wands, like this is what you want. But yet you have the Justice in reverse. So you see potential, or you saw potential, but yet it just feels like you're getting the short end of the stick here in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, it's like there's a Ten of Wands. Like this connection has become more of a burden than a blessing to you. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to be like that forever, or that it's not, capable of being fixed or anything like that. It just feels like this is where things are at right now. And I feel like this withdrawing might be a root. Like there might be this need to kind of like take off this mask, or like I don't know if there's a mask of like, oh, you everything's fine, like I'm fine. I don't know, it just feels like there's this level of like not being fully honest about the way that you feel, like not necessarily being deceptive. Like I don't think you're necessarily lying. I just don't feel like you're fully speaking up about the way that you feel, because I feel like you're being heavily affected by this person's energy right now. Libra side of this connection. Libra's side of this connection. There's a tower. So something did happen here. Some sort of tower did happen. It could have been like a big argument or a falling out or something that caused you to like recoil. And it because it seriously affected your confidence with the Strength card here. I don't necessarily know if it's your confidence in the connection or your confidence in yourself. I just feel like maybe, I feel like maybe both. But can I get more on this tower? I want to see if I can get a little nosy here. Get more on this tower. Yeah, this is you not getting treated all that well. And then the Seven of Wands in reverse is kind of a lack of boundaries. So maybe not standing up for yourself, or not, putting boundaries in place and saying like, this is what I need or this is what I deserve. I just feel like there's this level of like, you want this to work long term, but yet it's like you've built up this hurt for so long that has become really hard for you to kind of deal with. So I feel like that's why there's been this withdrawal from the connection. When I say withdrawal, like, it doesn't mean that you aren't still in communication with this person, or you could even be living with them, but like emotionally withdrawn, like just not as invested as you once were. It could be a connection and separation as well. But let's see what this person is dealing with. This is this person's energy toward Libra. They are all over the place. My goodness. Okay. This person's energy toward Libra, please. This is, what does Libra need to know about this person's energy toward them? Oh, yeah. See, they're unstable. The Four of Wands in reverse. Now, you had that same Four of Wands in reverse. I feel like that's why you're so frustrated, is you're getting frustrated with their instability. Look at that. There's the Seven of Cups. Because they're really all over the place here. But there's the Queen of Cups in reverse. It's like their emotional unavailability or inconsistency or overwhelm has kind of rubbed off on you. And I feel like that's why things have been so hard on you recently. This person's energy toward Libra. Yeah, they are dealing with they're very much not stable right now. For some reason, this person's energy toward Libra. They're kind of trapped in their own self-made prison here. Like, could be their own limiting beliefs, which is usually what that Eight of Swords means. But to me, the specific message is talking about more than that. It's like they've built kind of this like prison for themselves, and they can't. But how can I put that into different terms? Like self-pity. That's kind of a strong one. Like, I'm not trying to be insensitive, but it just feels like they've built themselves this self-made prison that they're not able to break out of. I want more on that. I want more on this Eight of Swords. Clarifying this Eight of Swords. There's the Queen of Swords. So it's like, yeah, they're the Knight of Pentacles in reverse with the Queen of Swords. It's like they're really stuck in this. And I feel like they put a lot of pressure on you to help them break out of this. So they could be dealing with, I don't know. I don't know what this Eight of Swords is. I'm hoping we can get more on this. Because remember, they're undergoing a transformation. I feel like they've just put a lot of pressure on you in this connection to like take care of them or to heal them in a way. This person's energy toward Libra. This person's energy toward Libra, please. See, they are stuck. I know I keep turning these cards around. They don't feel like they're coming out the right way. Like that one's definitely in reverse. So is that. So holding the deck upside down. Four of Cups in reverse with the Six of Swords in reverse. See, I don't feel like they're communicating anything to you. And I feel like that might be the root of most of the issues in this connection, is the fact that they don't communicate how they are feeling, like this overwhelm or this kind of feeling very stuck, very trapped. Not necessarily trapped in the connection, like that's not what I feel like, but just trapped, like they can't break out of something. And I feel like they don't communicate that. Maybe it comes out in other ways, like in arguments or in like other self-sabotaging ways, and that could include sabotaging the connection, and that starts kind of falling on you and makes things really, that's where this resentment is coming from, is because I feel like so much of what they're going through has been put on you, and that, I mean, that's not fair to you, right? You aren't here to heal anybody else. You can't heal anybody else. You can give people the space to help them heal themselves, but you can't heal anyone else. And it just kind of feels like this person is putting a lot of their burden on you. This person's energy toward Libra. The Queen of Wands and King of Wands. We've seen every queen though, I'm pretty sure. This is a karmic cycle that this person is stuck in here. This is definitely a karmic cycle that this person is stuck in. I feel like you could be dealing with fire sign just because there's the Queen of Wands with the Seven of Wands. And I feel like what that is whatever this Eight of Swords is. It could be just limiting beliefs around love in general. Can I get more on this Wheel of Fortune in reverse in relation to the Eight of Swords in reverse, or Eight of Swords? Clarifying the Wheel of Fortune in reverse with the Eight of Swords. It's too many cards. Well, I'm going to take them anyway. Okay, so there's that Seven of Cups, right, that we have right there. There's the Five of Pentacles, the Page of Swords in reverse, and the Knight of Wands in reverse. I feel like this person, they're a self-sabotager. I mean, you see that right here. And oftentimes that self-sabotage kind of comes in the form of communication. in a way. So maybe through the things they say or the way they say them or something to the tune of that. They're kind of trapped in a bit of a victim mentality. Now, they could have very well have had some sort of loss in the past that was very great, very devastating, that has caused them a lot of like a lack of trust or a lack of something around love, right? But they're bringing their burden of their past into this connection and putting this burden on you. So if they have like trust issues or yeah, like just a victim mentality in general, like it just feels like they kind of make that your problem. And I feel like you being, kind, empathetic, you want to help, right? So you're trying to do your best to hold this person up, or did for a while, but it felt like over time there became less and less room for your needs. And so that's why I feel like you withdrew and held back from the things that like were bothering you or that you felt you needed, because I feel like it felt like there weren't room for your needs here. This is similar to the Capricorn reading. If you were dealing with a Capricorn, that could be a reading for you, but kind of similar in a way. This person's energy toward Libra. This person's energy toward Libra, please. What does Libra need to know about this person's energy? They're dealing with quite a bit of emotional immaturity here. And I feel like that's why they don't know how to handle this connection. Is because I feel like they don't know, like maybe they don't know how to sit down and talk about their emotions and talk about how they're feeling and talk about what's bothering them and talk about what they need. And so maybe they act in a sabotaging way, which could be from like running from the hard conversations, running from the connection in general, creating more problems than being willing to find solutions. And people who do that are often kind of stuck in their own personal whirlwind of emotion, right? And so they have a tendency to kind of put that on other people. And I feel like that's what's happening here. And in the same breath, it's like, yeah, you can be empathetic to someone all day long and be very understanding, but at the same time that doesn't mean you have to tolerate it, right? So just make sure you're speaking up about your needs, or if this isn't in communication, taking time for yourself to figure out how you can get your own needs met, because I feel like the more that you give to this connection and the less that you receive back, the more this resentment's going to build up, and the more that this is going to end up being worse off in the end, right? This person's energy toward Libra. This person's energy toward Libra. I just get the vibe that this person has a very negative like mindset and outlook. And I feel like that has affected you a lot. It's like their emotional burdens have rubbed off on you in a way. And I feel like that's what's kept you. But I mean, they are undergoing this transformation. So I actually want to get clarity on that. Clarifying this transformation for this person's energy toward Libra. Clarifying this transformation card for this person's energy toward Libra, please. So they are coming into some sort of new beginning in their own world. Yeah, because they keep showing up as the King of Wands for some reason. So Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. And because here's the Knight of Wands in reverse. It's like they're coming up on this new beginning, but they're having to work through a lot of their past to get there. And it's kind of going to be like, kind of going to depend like whether or not they're willing to work through it. Like this transformation is needed. It's not for sure going to happen, right? transformations can only happen when someone decides that they need to change. And so I can't tell you whether or not this person thinks they need to change. I feel like it's too general of a reading, but I do feel like they right now are kind of running from their own emotions. And so the best way to run from your emotions is to stay the same, right? It's not to say they won't ever change or won't ever be open to it. I just feel like right now they're kind of so stuck. They're acting from a selfish place. You know, they're so stuck in their own stuff right now that I feel like they don't have the space for you, and that has created a lot of stress in this connection, because you're like, well, I have needs too. You know, I still need things to go a certain way in relationships, and I still have needs. You know, I can only give so much without receiving in return. So I feel like there is an imbalance here, um, and definitely some resentment. All right, Libra, we're going to hop on over to the extended. I'm going to look at the truth of this connection. We're going to pull 9 different messages, and then I have an advice card to pull at the end. Thank you so much, Libra, as always, for your support of my channel. I do hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. Bye, Libra.